H. Spoon. Today's message is called Loving Who You Are. God made us all different, we different heights, different size, different colors. We have different races. We have different status in life, God had given us different gifts. He given us different talents and different abilities. And, God wants us to love ourselves on how he created us. A lot of times people are depressed and a lot of people commit suicide is because they can't handle how God created them. They let society tell them how they should be instead of accepting how God created them to be. Now, we were all made different, and God wants you to accept who you are. You don't never let nobody put you down and talk you down. You have to esteem yourself. It's time that you esteem yourself. Yes, we are not supposed to esteem ourselves more than other people. Other people are supposed to esteem us, but we are supposed to have self-esteem. We're not supposed to go around and bragging about who we are. We're supposed to let other people give us compliments. However, we are supposed to learn how to love ourselves in a way where we encourage ourselves and we have good self-esteem. We have high self-esteem. And God wants you to be comfortable in your skin and your size and your height and your color. Like some people are slim, some people are big boned, some people are tall, some people are short, some people are wide, some people are dark, some people are light, some people are medium complected, some people have wavy hair, some people have curly hair, some people have natural hair, some people have straight hair, that don't need a perm. We all are different. But when you are comfortable in on your own skin, then that's when people will accept you, when you accept yourself. It's a lot of times that people don't know why, people talk about them and judge them. It's because the enemy worked through these people. He probed to see what bothers you. And if you have some type of self-esteem issues, and that's what he will use. He tried to use anything that you don't feel good about yourself and anything that you're worried about and something that you don't like about yourself. He will probe until he find that thing and he will use it. That's why you find people to talk about you, and people, we all have had people. When I was younger, I used to be concerned about my size because when I grew up, I was really thin. I wore a size 0 in high school. Then I finally got up to a 1-2. I used to shop at this place called Peter's that was in Northland Shopping Center. And I know I used to always try to take stuff in my young adult years, take stuff to make me put on weight, because people were talking about, they used to call me light bright because I was light, and people used to talk about, oh, you are skinny, and one time this man had said, you know what, you are so little, you better tell your father to feed you. I went and told my father came down there, and my father cussed him out and said, if you ever say something to this child, but that was wrong for a grown man to say something to a child, because I was still in school, and my father died when I was in the 9th grade. I was 14, so if I was younger than 14, he had no right to speak that to a child, but after that he never did that. But that was something that I was self-conscious about my size until I got older. Once I got older, I loved my size. I dressed according to my size, and I liked my size, and I didn't get nobody to talk about it because the enemy couldn't use that anymore. And that's an example. See, if you just like I see a lot of big boned women or large women, and they dress according to their size, and they very confident, and you don't find people talking about them because they confident within themselves, and they don't care about what people say or what people think. And I have seen large men too. Large men, they dress according to their size, and they confident with their weight and who they are. And see, it comes a time in life when you have to be comfortable in your own skin. You don't have to wait for somebody to always give you a compliment. You don't have to wait till somebody say you look nice. You don't have to wait to say, for somebody to say, oh, I like that or like this. You have to feel comfortable. You have to hold your head up, because we all are different. And just because somebody is different from you don't make you supposed to be like the next person. See, people think that you are supposed to be like them. That's why God made us all different, and And we complement each other, because just like somebody might be a doctor, but everybody can't be a doctor. Everybody can't be a nurse. Everybody can't be, we need salespeople. We need butchers. We need drivers. We need cashiers. We need managers of stores. We need gas attendants, just like we need mailmen. We need auto workers, that's how we get our cars, we need cashiers, like I said, we need maintenance men, we need auditors, we need landscapers, we need road workers. You see, we need everything that you see come from somebody's hands. Somebody has something to do with building and maintaining and working something through what you see. That was made by a man or a woman, you see? And see, without these things, without man or without woman, we wouldn't have these things, you see? And if everybody was the same and did the same thing, how can we go to the doctor? How can we go to the hospital? How can we go to the grocery store and shop? How can our roads get fixed? How can we go to the bank and cash our checks? You see what I'm saying? We need everything. So that's why everybody should be comfortable with who you are. God made us all different. Just because somebody is a lawyer and you may be a maintenance person, you better be the best maintenance person there is. Because just like we need that person, we need the maintenance person too. And just like we need you don't have to be a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be a judge. Just like it's it might be a CEO of a company. We need the mailman just as bad, because guess what? How would our mail get delivered? You see what I'm saying? And see, you can't belittle yourself because you're not doing what somebody else doing. You have to be happy with yourself and be the best person that you could be. I don't care if someone is a sanitation worker. You be the best sanitation worker there is. Or if someone is a maintenance, you be the best maintenance there is. You don't have to be a doctor. You don't have to be a lawyer. You don't have to be a judge. You have to be the best of what God created you and the ability and talent that he have given you. You have to learn to love yourself for who you are and how God created you, and see, a lot of times people lose energy. They waste energy trying to be something that they're not, And I'm like, hey, I work in a candy store. Yes, and this is what God want me to do right now. I'm happy. I love my customers. I don't care what nobody else doing. Yes, I know lawyers. I know doctors. I know postal workers. I know auto workers. I know supervisors, managers of companies. I know people, but I am happy with who I am and what I'm doing. I'm not trying to be what somebody else is, and I'm not threatened by who somebody else is and what they doing and the talents and abilities that they have. So you got to be comfortable with yourself. Okay, if you work in a grocery store, if you work in a fast food, we need those fast food workers, because when we don't feel like cooking and we getting off of work and we tired and we need to go to the fast food, and get us something, a burger or a fish sandwich or some fries or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And see, and that's why we should not only feel good about us and honor what we're doing, but we should honor what other people are doing too and celebrate who they are, and thanking people. Just like when you go to the grocery store, thank the cashier. Say something nice to her. If you see a road worker, say something nice to them. A construction worker, if you see a police officer or a fireman, how they go out there and risk their lives. You know what I'm saying? When you come in contact with people, thank them. If you see a postal worker, if you see a auto worker, you thank them, because they go in there and they sweat and they put our cars together. That's why we drive in a car. Whatever the situation is, that you see and that you're faced with, thank a person, whoever you come in contact. Like we have people who work in jewelry stores. We have people who work at a watch place. That's how we get our watches fixed. We have people working department stores, you know, that wait on us when we go shopping. You know what I'm saying? You know, we have to thank these people when we go into banks. We thank them that they serving us. See, everything is about service. You know, we got to thank one person, and we are not supposed to think more of one person than we do of other. A doctor is not better than a maintenance worker. A lawyer is not better than an auto worker. A contractor is not better than a maintenance man. And even people who are retired, you know, you've done your duty, and it's time that you love who you are. God have you where you at for a particular reason. Now is the time to embrace it and be thankful that you worked long enough so you can be retired, and you can, you know, help, you know, in certain other situations. You know, see, God's ways and thoughts is so much higher than ours. We can't base who we are based on what somebody else is doing or based on what somebody else say. We have to love ourselves and thank God that we are doing as well as we doing. So now is the time for you to brace who you are, but not only who you are, but you need to celebrate what other people are doing too. Like I said, we need auditors, we need auto workers, we need doctors and lawyers, and we need maintenance workers, we need construction workers, we need sanitation, we need cashiers, we need postal workers. You know, we need everyone who we come in contact with. So now we should treat everyone with respect and honor what other people do. I hope that you enjoyed this message. Until next time, may the peace of God be with you. And remember, love yourself for how God created and the talents and abilities and gifts that He has blessed you with. Until next time, may the peace of God be with you. Peace.